Most people believe that wealth begins with money, but it begins long before that. It begins in the mind, in the patterns of thought we practice every day without noticing. The journey toward financial success does not start with earning more. It starts with thinking differently. It starts with questioning the stories we were taught, the assumptions we accepted, and the limits we believed were permanent. Wealth begins the moment you decide to stop thinking like everyone else. Every self-made millionaire has a moment where everything shifts. It's not dramatic or loud, it's a quiet internal decision. A decision that says, I can no longer live the way I used to. That moment becomes the foundation for everything that follows. This shift isn't about motivation, it's about identity. Because long before money grows, the mind expands. The truth is simple. You cannot become wealthy while holding on to the beliefs that create scarcity. You must become the kind of person who thinks, acts, and chooses in ways that align with long-term value. Wealth requires the courage to think differently. Most people wait to feel ready before taking action. Wealth builders begin before the comfort arrives. Most people believe they need more resources before they start. Wealth builders use creativity, not abundance. Most people wait for permission. Wealth builders move independently. You begin to change the moment you realize that readiness is not a feeling, it is a decision, and that decision creates momentum. You behave according to who you believe you are. If you see yourself as someone who struggles with money, you will make decisions that reinforce that belief. If you see yourself as capable of learning, growing, and improving, your actions will match that identity. Wealth is the result of repeatedly choosing growth, not once, but consistently. Identity shapes behavior, and behavior shapes outcomes. When you expand who you believe you can become, you expand what becomes possible for you. There is one major difference between the wealthy and everyone else: their relationship with time. Most people make decisions based on the next 24 hours. Wealth builders make decisions based on the next 20 years. When you think long-term, discipline stops requiring motivation. The reward becomes clear. You no longer chase instant gratification because you see the long-term cost. You no longer fear slow progress because you understand compounding. You focus less on speed and more on direction. The wealthy respect time, and because of that, time rewards them. Wealth is not built on a salary alone. It is built on cash flow, money that continues to flow whether you are working, sleeping, or traveling. You cannot outwork time, but you can create systems that multiply your time. Cash flow comes from many places: small businesses, digital products, rentals, investments, content, services, partnerships. You do not need 10 streams at once. You only need one stream that works, then a second, then a third. Wealth grows through layers, not leaps. Compounding is the quiet engine behind all lasting success. Every small improvement, every routine, every small investment, every repeated skill practice, all of it compounds into something larger. Compounding transforms the ordinary into the exceptional, but it demands patience. Most people break the compounding process because they want results too quickly. They quit right before momentum would have rewarded them. The wealthy understand that consistency is more important than intensity. Slow progress maintained becomes exponential progression. Opportunity is not something that arrives randomly. It is something built. It emerges naturally when you combine information, access, and execution. You do not need perfect knowledge. You need motion. Imperfect action teaches faster than perfect planning. Every small attempt creates skill. Every skill creates recognition. Every recognition creates opportunity. Wealth builders do not wait for the right moment. They create the moment by acting repeatedly until the right door opens. Wealth is built by developing a combination of essential skills: financial understanding, problem solving, communication, consistency, and adaptability. You do not need mastery instantly. You need progress. The more capable you become, the more valuable you become. And the more valuable you become, the more opportunities, income, and independence you gain. Skill development is the most predictable investment in your future. Money follows logic, but humans follow emotion. Without emotional control, financial control collapses. Fear, impatience, and comparison are the three emotional forces that quietly sabotage progress. Fear convinces you not to start. Impatience convinces you to quit early. Comparison convinces you that your progress is not enough. Emotional wealth means remaining stable while you build, calm while your results are small, focused when distractions appear, strategic when risks arise. Master your emotions and money becomes easier to manage. Wealth is created by daily behaviors, not occasional effort. Reading a little each day compounds your knowledge. Controlling your spending creates financial space. Investing consistently builds long-term security. Building assets instead of liabilities sets a foundation. Tracking progress creates accountability, and surrounding yourself with people who grow pushes you forward. These behaviors become habits. Habits become identity. Identity becomes destiny. The shift into wealth does not begin when your income increases. It begins when your mindset matures. And that shift often starts with a single internal moment, a moment where you quietly decide that the old version of yourself is no longer acceptable. A moment where you commit to a different pattern, a different standard, a different future. From that moment, everything begins to change, not instantly, but inevitably. You do not need a complicated plan to build wealth. You need a simple blueprint. Define your goal, choose one high-value skill, build one reliable cash flow stream, track your behaviors weekly, and expand only after stability. This approach prevents overwhelm and forces focus. You grow step by step, system by system, layer by layer. Wealth is not mysterious. It is structured, repeatable, and available to anyone who adopts the mindset that supports it. When you think long-term, act consistently, manage your emotions, build systems, develop skills, and maintain identity-driven behavior, wealth becomes a natural outcome. You now hold the mental framework that transforms financial possibility into financial reality. This is your blueprint. This is your new beginning. And this is the moment where your wealth story truly starts.